Fitin10 Nation, it is day 29 of the Fitin10 challenge, and I've been reading more through your feedback to me, and I know there's a few people that are discouraged in this challenge, and as I mentioned to you, this is the week of quitting, and these people have certainly not said to me, well, of these recent comments, these people have not mentioned anything about quitting, so I'm not referring to them, but generally speaking, we get people that are going to quit at this time, and I want to remind you that this is not the week. This is not the week that you will quit, right? In fact, there will not be 1 week that you will quit, okay? At least not for the 10 weeks, okay? You are going to keep going, and you have to understand this is an evolution. You also have to understand that this challenge is a little front-end loaded, but not much, but a little bit. That is, it does ramp up as it goes on, so keep that in mind. And interestingly enough, I've had some people that are discouraged that want to actually do extra scans, and I've had some people that don't want to do the scan. Well, I've got a few people that don't want to do the scan until the end. So the scans are really important to know where you're at, because you need to be honest with yourself and know where you're at. And so being part of honest of your being. Why can't I talk? The part of being honest with yourself is really evaluating what you're eating. And it's not enough to say, I have been really good, I've been really trying. What you need to do is to log everything, every single day. I'm going to stress this over and over again. You need to log everything you do every single day, everything. Put into your app and see how much you deviate. You cannot go by memory. If I look at your log and you're missing stuff in there and you're going through and you're saying, well, this day was bad, and you're saying, oh, I didn't log this day, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to tell you that's your problem. 100% that is your problem, okay? So that is where the problem lies. Now listen, a lot of you think your calories are too high. I'm telling you they're not too high. Okay, it's very unlikely that they're too high. Okay, there is the odd person, the very odd person that's like a thyroid condition, has some sort of metabolic issue. There's the odd person that has this, but it's very, very far and few. Okay, so your calories are really not that high. They are going to come down some, because I do want to see some change in this challenge. So I will, force some more. I will be a little more aggressive than I actually would like to be in this challenge to see change. So that's coming. But just keep this in mind too, right? You need to keep this in mind. Not all macros are the same, right? So if you are eating 1,500 calories a day, okay, and let's just, I'm going to use this to make it very simple. Let's just say all 1,500 calories were protein, okay? The actual amount of calories that, and let's assuming you're absorbing it all, okay? Let's assume that all that energy is going into you. You're not excreting any of that energy, okay? So you're digesting all that energy, it's going into you. Digestion is not the right word. You are utilizing all that energy, because we don't actually utilize all the energy in food. That's a different topic though. Okay, so that's 1,500 calories worth of protein. Just let's say, okay, versus say 1,500 calories of fat. Let's just say you're actually only getting about 1,000 calories in your body, okay, because it already takes 30% to digest that protein. All right, so just from the standpoint of increasing your protein in this challenge, okay, unless you were eating really low calories before this, which I highly, highly doubt, okay, the only way you can come to this challenge and be, I hate using this word, but I'm going to use it, overweight, and you're not eating very many calories, is if you've been yo-yo dieting. The weight didn't come from eating low calories, trust me, it didn't. It may have come from going like eating higher calories and then going super low calories and then going higher calories and going super low calories. That can do it, okay, but you're not going to listen, the mass is not going to come from nowhere, so that came from somewhere, and it wasn't from eating lower calories than what you're eating right now. It's just not the case. I'm going to stress this again. make sure you log everything in your app and then be honest with yourself. Okay, so if you don't like the results, you need to go back into your app, go through each and every day. You can actually output a spreadsheet with all your numbers. You can average everything out. Okay, but even averaging out, I don't recommend. Just go through each and every day, see what you're eating, and see where you stand. And well, I just said it right there. See where you stand for real, not what you feel you've done. It can be. Listen, sometimes the truth can be harsh. Like, sometimes I think I work so hard in my business, but I'm like, there are certain areas in my mind that I'm failing, but I'm like, I'm working so hard. I'm like, and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter how much I think that. It's not going to change anything. So obviously there's things I'm doing that are not right, and I need to sit down, and rather than be emotional about it, I need to be more methodical and see things for what they are, and see the areas that I am making the errors in. Where am I making those errors? In this case, you guys have a system to follow. I'm, working on that one for myself, but I'm just using this as a comparison, okay? The point is you need to be 100% honest with yourself. Don't go by memory. Don't go by the way that you feel. You can't do that. You've got to put things down on paper. This is why I'm always saying, make sure you get your workouts in, make sure you log them into your calendar, make sure you, make note that you completed them, and with your food. So you know where you stand, right? It's just like a map that you're following. You need to know where you stand in order to know where you're going to go. And so, this brings me back to what I was talking about. Your scans are important. Do your scans. Your scans are a check-in. You cannot go through the challenge blind and go like this and then just see what happens. Just accept that you have to just be as, I realize that this is easier said than done, but you have to be as unemotional about this as possible. You need to be methodical and analytical about this. And you just need to accept it for what it is and then see where you can improve, okay? There's no God judging you in this case. I don't think there is, at least, okay? I'm certainly not judging you. So let's just treat this as an evolution and a way of deciphering where you're at and where you need to go, okay? Did I say enough on that? Apparently I did, because I'm at 8 minutes. Creatine and liver. Okay, I don't see any evidence out there. Now, I have not gone through the vast amounts of studies out there, but I have done some looking around. There doesn't seem to be any. Like in theory, it could. There's always theory about things. The theory of creatine causing damage to kidneys and or liver, but there doesn't seem to be anything in terms of damaging to liver. In fact, I have seen stuff, I think, where creatine has helped with fatty liver disease. So this is like, a typical example would be somebody who's, battled with alcoholism. They got fatty liver disease, and creatine has actually helped with that. So, I'm talking about the supplement creatine, the ergogenic. Well, it's one of the things it is it's a really good ergogenic aid for increasing ATP, which is the currency that fuels muscle contraction. Okay, so it's really good for strength and power. So I've not seen anything. Same with kidneys. I've not seen anything on this, okay? Unless you're taking hyperdoses of it. Then I've seen issues with kidneys. I have not seen any issues with liver. But you'd have to be taking quite a bit of it over an extended period of time. Okay, so I have nothing more to say on this topic. But I have not looked into it, so maybe you want to look. Okay, PubMed's a great place to go. It's a database of studies. Okay. Let's get the message of the day. Jesus, it's 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Reset. Refocus, readjust as many times as you need to. Just don't quit. Okay? Reset, refocus, readjust as many times as you need to. Just do not quit. Keep going, and listen, do all the pillars in the challenge, including your scans, because, you know, this will not get you there. And I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry if it feels offensive to you, but I'm going to say it again. Be analytical and be as unemotional about this as possible. Be methodical. Put every single thing in your thing, and do not eyeball. I will not accept eyeball. Eyeball does not tell me how much you ate. Eyeball does not tell you. I could not, like I've mentioned, you cannot eyeball rice or, you know, like, I don't know, mashed potato, or mashed potato is probably not a good example. You know, oatmeal, you know, God, soup or whatever. I mean, I don't even know, you know, soup you got to be really careful with, right? Especially if you make your own soups. If you make your own concoctions, you got to weigh everything out, right? Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. You just got to make sure exactly, you've got to make sure that you know exactly how much you eat. It's very, I cannot tell you how easy it is for an extra 300 or 400 calories to slip into your diet, and you don't even know. You don't even know. I'm telling you this right now. You don't even know. I've estimated my diet before, because my diet changes through time. Obviously, it has not been the same for 21 years. And I've gone through periods where I'm estimating, so I'm weighing, but I'm not actually tallying everything. And then I tally everything up. So I weigh it, I actually tally everything up, and I'm like, holy frick, man, I'm off by like 600 calories. I know this can happen. Believe me, I know this can happen. So put everything in, weigh everything, measure everything, put it in, and then you know, okay? Do your scan, submit, commit to this challenge. I'm gonna say it again while I look at the camera. Submit, commit to this challenge. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude, and you'll feel better about life and yourself, hopefully. Okay, we'll talk to you all very soon. See ya.